Namaskar. Welcome to yet another session for the course English for Personal and Professional Development. I'm Dr. Neha Purohit, and today we are going to talk about errors. Yes, all of us commit errors. It's okay to commit errors in your real life, in your day-to-day life, and get over with it. But suppose if you are evaluated on errors in exams, आप एक ऐसा एग्जाम दे रहे हैं जिसमें गलतियों को कैसे ठीक करना है ये जज किया जाए तो कैसा रहेगा? Well, errors is one of the favorite topics of students. They enjoy learning it, and I must say, errors is also one of the favorite topics of your examiners because this is one such topic जिससे हम ये पता लगा सकते हैं कि आपके basic concepts कितने strong. So today we are going to look at common errors in professional communication because all of us want to aspire to be good professionals, and for that it is important that we do not commit those silly common errors. So what are we going to learn today? The objectives for today's session are simple. We are going to focus on common errors. कुछ एक ऐसी गलतियां जो हम बार बार करते हैं but उन गलतियों को हम classify कर सकते हैं. Common errors related to nouns and pronouns. We have all studied these grammatical topics, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs. तो ऐसी कौन सी गलतियां हैं जो हम कर रहे हैं? 10 verbs. Common errors related to adjectives. Common errors related to adverbs. Common errors related to subject and verb agreement. Common errors related to awkward constructions. कई बार हम अपने कंस्ट्रक्शन सेंटेंस को इस तरह से बना देते हैं कि आपका जो मीनिंग है वो बिल्कुल उल्टा हो जाता है और इट गिव्स टू मेनी मीनिंग्स, मल्टीपल मीनिंग्स. सो यू आर नॉट एबल टू डिसाइड व्हाट इज इट दैट द सेंटेंस ट्राइंग टू टेल अस. तो इस तरह के कुछ ऑकवर्ड कंस्ट्रक्शंस को भी हम देखेंगे. एंड फाइनली, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वी आर गोइंग टू लुक एट एरर्स related to introducing yourself. When you introduce yourself to somebody or in a professional setting, for example in an interview, आप एक बहुत common गलती करते हैं. ऐसी कुछ छोटी मोटी गलतियों को भी हम आज डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. The first area that we are going to look at is common errors related to nouns and pronouns. I hope you remember nouns and pronouns. Nouns is a name. Nouns reflect any name in fact. Pronouns जो noun की जगह आता है. तो कौन सी गलती है? Now all of us need to understand one thing. Common errors is like an ocean. Today we are just going to have a drop from the ocean. ये 4-5 sentences सिर्फ कुछ common errors की तरफ इशारा करते हैं. We can never be able to complete all errors in one lecture. So the purpose here is only to give some idea that such kind of errors happen. First example is, हम बहुत बार बोलते हैं me and my friend have done this work. Me and my uncle went to that party. इस तरह के sentences में जब भी आप me और my friend और somebody को use कर रहे हैं, so the rule is जो other person है वो इस पोजीशन पे आएगा एंड मी नहीं आता यहाँ पे. वी मेक इट आई. सो द करेक्ट कंस्ट्रक्शन इज माई फ्रेंड एंड आई, माई अंकल एंड आई, माई सिस्टर एंड आई वेंट टू द पार्टी. ओके, मी एंड somebody, don't use that. Second example, I have read the Shakespeare's Macbeth. Nouns में हमने पढ़ा था, whenever we use proper nouns, we do not use any article. So it is not the Neha Purohit, the Shakespeare, the Kalidas, the Gandhiji. It's just the name. I have read Shakespeare's Macbeth. तीसरा एरिया है one of my friend. ये भी एक बहुत ही कॉमन करी हुई गलती है. Please remember, whenever we use one of my plus a noun, आपको उस नाउन के साथ एक s हमेशा लगाना है. So, one of my friends, one of my classmates, one of my teachers, one of the patients has topped the list. बहुत सारों में से एक है, singular है, that is why the verb will be singular, but one of the के साथ आप जो भी noun लगा रहे हैं, that has to be plural with an s, not a singular one. चौथा example, the experience is the best teacher. Experience is an abstract noun. Abstract noun के साथ भी हम articles नहीं लगाते. We never say the honesty is the best policy. So, experience is the best teacher without your the here. Okay. Then, fifth example, the climate of India is hotter than England. It's a very important example. Also, a lot of times I have seen this kind of a question appears in exams like TOEFL and IELTS. यहाँ पे क्या गलती हो रही है? ध्यान से देखिए. हम कंपेयर कर रहे हैं क्लाइमेट को किसके? इंडिया और इंग्लैंड. So we are not comparing India and England as countries. If we say India is hotter than England, it's okay. But what are we comparing? हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कंपेयर करने की क्लाइमेट को. So we need to say the climate of India is hotter than that of England. The climate of India is hotter than that of. That यहाँ पे मतलब है climate. The climate of India is hotter than the climate of England. So climate को repeat ना करके हमने pronoun लगा दिया that of. Then sixth one, I have an urgent business. मुझसे अभी बात मत करो. I have an urgent work. I have an urgent business. These kinds of uncountable nouns, business, furniture, work, they are not supposed to be used like that. We always have to add a piece of, a bit of. So, I have an urgent piece of business. So, I hope you have understood what I was trying to tell you. ये सिर्फ कुछ examples हैं. There are thousands and lakhs of errors that we commit in this category, but these 5 or 6 errors might be useful to you in the future. Let's move on to errors related to verbs. Verbs क्या थे? Verbs means action done by noun or pronoun. So, we have to look after the thing. बहुत बार मैंने सुना है लोग कहते हैं, oh, I enjoyed a lot during my vacation. I enjoyed a lot in the party. Enjoy is a very strong verb which requires an object after it. So, whenever you use enjoy, आपको उसके साथ कुछ लगाना पड़ेगा. I enjoyed the party. I enjoyed the picnic during my vacation. Now suppose कुछ भी नहीं है, आप सिर्फ ये कहना चाहते हैं मुझे बहुत मजे आए. So you will have to write I enjoyed myself a lot during the vacation. Right? Never use enjoy blankly, freely like that. Then people say, how are you this week? इस हफ्ते आप कहाँ थे? कैसे थे? So we cannot say how are you. How are you now is okay, but how have you been this week? इस पूरे हफ्ते में आप कहाँ थे भाई? कैसे थे? How have you been this week? Third example, the workers are protesting for a long time. ये भी एक बहुत कॉमन तरह की गलती है जो बहुत सारे लोग करते हैं. Well, the workers are protesting right now, but we are also showcasing that they have been protesting for a long time. So here, instead of are protesting, we need to say the workers have been protesting for a long time. Are shows an activity which is going right now. So I am teaching, I am delivering the lecture, but here I will say they have been protesting. Then tell me, why did you go there? It looks okay to you. It might look okay to you, but there is a problem. ये एक example है direct, indirect type के constructions का. See, it starts with asking you to do something. Tell me. इसका मतलब है ये क्वेश्चन नहीं है, इट्स नॉट अ क्वेश्चन। टेल मी व्हाट और व्हाई डिड यू गो देयर, इसको हमें क्वेश्चन की तरह नहीं रखना है, हमें इसको एक सेंटेंस में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा। एंड दैट इज व्हाई डिड हटा के हमें वेंट लगाना पड़ेगा। टेल मी व्हाई यू वेंट देयर, बिकॉज जब एक क्वेश्चन आप डायरेक्टली पूछते हैं तो हेल्पिंग वर्ब सब्जेक्ट से पहले आ सकता है। डिड यू गो इज ओके व्हेन यू आर आस्किंग अ डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन, बट व्हेन यू आर प्रोड्यूसिंग अ स्टेटमेंट जिसके अंदर एक क्वेश्चन छुपा हुआ है, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू अ सेंटेंस and you remove the helping verbs. So why you went there is the answer. Panchwa example, what these people are doing right now. This is a kind of error that happens in spoken English. What is the error? Can you guess? The error is whenever we ask question, जैसे मैंने आपको पिछले वाले सेंटेंस में बताया, whenever we ask a question, we are supposed to put this helping verb before the subject. So, जब भी आप क्वेश्चन फ्रेम करेंगे आप WH वाला पार्ट लगाएंगे, then you are supposed to put the helping verb, so it has to be what are these people doing right now and not what these people are doing. बोलने में ये खटखट बोल दिया जाता है, but this is wrong. What are these people doing right now and not what these people are doing right now. It may sound confusing, but this is fun. This is fun learning. Errors related to adjectives. Adjectives क्या होते हैं? Adjectives are the words that describe, जो कुछ बताते हैं किसके बारे में? Either noun or pronoun. So, a very common error that I have seen, I've recorded among even the educated people is she is very proudy. ये word बहुत easily use किया जाता है. So, we are not supposed to use this word proudy. She is proud. There is no such word as proudy. Remember that. What is your good name? This kind of an error comes from Hindi translation. आपका शुभ नाम क्या है? हिंदी में हम कह सकते हैं आपका शुभ नाम क्या है, although I feel no name is शुभ और अशुभ. अगर हम किसी से ये नहीं पूछ सकते कि आपका अशुभ नाम क्या है, so what is the need of asking what is your shubh name? What is your good name? Because no name is bad. We never ask what is your bad name. So what is the need of asking good name? This basically comes because we have a tendency to translate things directly from your mother tongue to your target language. Then third kind of an example is he is more nicer than you. Now कंपैरेटिव्स हमने पढ़े हुए हैं. Whenever we compare things, हम comparisons लगाते हैं ER और EST, और कुछ ऐसे शब्द होते हैं जहाँ पे ER नहीं लग सकता, वहाँ पे हम more या most लगाते हैं. Now in this particular sentence, what has happened? We have used ER, nice का हमने nicer कर दिया, and we have also used more. So we have sort of double indicated the use of comparatives, which is not required here. So he is nicer than you. Now suppose कुछ ऐसा शब्द होता जिसमें हम ER नहीं लगा सकते. For example, he is more intelligent than you. He is more or she is more beautiful than you, because we never say beautifuler or intelligenter. So that is why we use more or most. But nice has a comparative form nicer, so there is no need to add more here. The fourth example is the cloth is superior than that one. Superior के साथ बहुत सारे लोग than लगा देते हैं. We are not supposed to use than here. The cloth is superior to that one. The fifth example is roses smell sweetly. Although verb के बाद adverb आता है, but there are certain words, smell, sound, taste. In सब में we do not use adverbs, we use adjectives. So this tastes great and roses smell sweet. We do not have to use ly here. Roses smell sweet. So this was about adjectives. Now we come to adverbs. What do adverbs do? Adverbs describe your action. आपने जो भी action किया वो उसको describe करते हैं. They may describe an adjective or they may also describe another adverb. So, what are the errors? Some of the errors that people commit while using adverbs. एक बहुत ही common error जो हम बार बार सुनते हैं, he does not know to drive. Well, whenever you use this expression not know, इसके बाद आपको लगाना चाहिए how. Because adverbs also talk about कि कुछ काम हुआ तो वो कैसे हुआ, कैसे should be reflected here. So he does not know how to drive, I do not know how to cook, she does not know how to fly, etc. etc. Next is don't go in the sun, धूप में मत जाओ. Again a literal translation. Whenever we use sentences like this, it is suggested that you have to use an out. Do not go out in the sun, then only your adverb phrase will be complete. Third example is I know him too well. It's too good. खाना कैसा बना? Too good. This is also one of the habits that people have. Now see, too matlab hai itna ही. That means to should not be used alone like that. If you just want to say that this is great, this is wonderful, so I know him too well की जगह very well. Instead of to, you just have to say very well. Okay? He is too good to be trusted. इसका मतलब इतना अच्छा है कि ज़्यादा विश्वास नहीं कर पा रहे. So to plus to. T-O-O plus T-O only makes a sentence complete. Do not use it in this manner, where you want to highlight the quality of someone with the intensity. I know him very well will do the same function. जो आप कहना चाह रहे हैं वो very से भी पता चलता है. Then people say, oh, I shall of course do it. Of course should not be placed here like this. Of course, end में आप लगा सकते हैं, will you do it? Of course. But if you want to place this kind of adverb in the middle, then certainly, definitely is a better option. I will certainly do it. Then, another example of common errors which people use freely. He speaks English good. Now, this is a verb, speak, and good is an adjective. So, if you want to describe the action done, you're not supposed to use an adjective here, you are supposed to use an adverb. और good के लिए adverb होता है well. So, जब भी आप कुछ action दिखाना चाहते हैं और आप ये कहना चाहते हैं कि उसने ये काम अच्छे से किया, तो idea has to be conveyed through the use of well and not good. He swims well, he speaks well, she cooks well and not good. I hope these things are clear to you. Now, one of the most favorites of examiners is this area called subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement says कि अगर आपका सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर है तो वर्ब भी सिंगुलर होगा, अगर आपका सब्जेक्ट प्लूरल है तो वर्ब भी प्लूरल होगा. एंड कंफ्यूजन कहाँ होता है? व्हेन वी हैव अ क्लस्टर ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स, so people get confused. Look at the first example. Each one of you are responsible for the crime. बहुत बार आपने सुना होगा लोगों को इस तरह से बोलते हैं. The rule says each, every, everyone, no one, someone. These are singular subjects. ये singular subjects हैं, इसलिए हमें यहाँ पे plural नहीं use करना पड़ेगा, हमें यहाँ पे singular use करना चाहिए. So each one of you is responsible. Every one of you is responsible, not are. The second example, the biscuits and the bread is lying in the fridge. Now the person might have got confused because bread जो है That is not S. But what is the subject? The subject constitutes biscuits plus bread. That means it is more than one item. That is why we cannot say is. Here we also have to use are. The biscuits and the bread are lying in the fridge. Third example, pressure from peers leads to depression. Why do people get confused? Because there are two things mentioned here. Pressure, peers. दोनों ही subjects के बारे में इशारा कर रहे हैं. So people think that peers create depression. Peers do not create depression because आपका subject है pressure from peers. So pressure is singular and that is why singular के साथ हम s and es लगाते हैं. That is why it has to be pressure from peers leads to depression. Now, fourth and fifth, they have to be understood together. A lot of times we use sentences like neither nor, either or. What happens? If both the subjects in these sentences are singular, the verb will be singular. If both the subjects, neither and nor के साथ जो लग रहा है, are plural, the verb will also be plural. But अगर एक singular है और एक plural है, तो how do you decide? आप जो बाद वाला subject है, उसके हिसाब से अपना verb decide करते हैं. So here, neither the teacher is a singular, nor the students is a plural, likes the syllabus. Because the students is plural, we are supposed to remove s and es from the verb and we are supposed to use like the syllabus. In the fifth sentence, it's just the opposite. Neither the students, यहाँ पे आपका subject plural हो गया and nor से पहले teacher जो है that is a singular subject. तो singular के साथ हम verb में s और es लगाते हैं. That we have seen already. So I will say neither the students nor the teacher likes the syllabus. So this is about subject-verb agreement. Please go through subject and verb agreement related errors again and again. Solve exercises because this is one area that judges your basic concepts. And this is also one of the most desired topics of your competitive exams. A lot of exams related to recruitment, even IELTS and TOEFL, they give examples like these. So we have to practice more and more. Now, I was talking about certain things which we call awkward construction. कई बार sentences ऐसे बन जाते हैं जिसमें meaning is not clear. For example, first one. Let's eat grandpa. क्या आप grandpa को खाने चाहते हैं? No. This is not your meaning. आप कहना चाहते हैं अपने grandpa से कि चलो खाते हैं. So what is missing here? A comma. Let's eat, grandpa. So this clears the meaning that somebody is telling his or her grandpa, let's eat together. Just because that comma was missing, it overturned the meaning. And it turned into a horrible meaning, I must say. So second one, when Rajesh finally found his dog, he was very happy. Who was happy? Rajesh or his dog? Well, it is not clear. So probably we can say Rajesh was very happy when he finally found his dog. So just because the placement of certain sentences is awkward, the meaning is confusing. Third one, the children like veggies, so let's boil them for lunch. Who are you going to boil? The children or the veggies? Of course, you may say, no, it's not possible to boil children. We are talking about veggies, but the meaning is not very clear from your sentence. How can we reconstruct? The sentence can be reconstructed in the manner, since the children like veggies, so let's boil the veggies for lunch. Or let's boil the veggies for lunch because the children like them. So this is how the replacement of sentence will help you. Third one, the murderer killed the student with a bag. Now, there are two meanings which are appearing. One thing is the murderer killed the student with the bag. That means, did he take the help of a bag in killing the student? Possibly. Or probably the writer wants to say that the murderer killed the students who had a bag. So we have to be clear, we have to mention it clearly. The murderer killed the student with the help of a bag is one possibility, or the murderer killed the students who was moving with a bag. So that is why some kind of clarification is required. Now, fourth one is a common sentence which is found everywhere. It is found in your grammar books, it is found everywhere when we talk about error recognition. Flying planes can be dangerous. Flying planes, the activity that we would do in our childhood, हम planes बना के उड़ाते थे. So flying as a verb is dangerous, or flying planes, जो plane उड़ते हैं हवा में, that means flying planes, flying here as an adjective, what am I trying to say? So it has to be clarified. Flying a plane in the ground is safe. So this is clear. Planes that fly in the sky can be dangerous. So some kind of clarification is required. आपको इधर उधर कुछ एक शब्द ऐसे ऐड करने पड़ेंगे जिनकी वजह से आपका मीनिंग क्लियर हो. Next one is also a very hilarious one, a very simple one but confusing altogether. While smoking a pipe, my dog sat with me. Who was smoking a pipe? Was the dog smoking a pipe or this man smoking a pipe? It is not clear. So obviously the dog cannot smoke a pipe. We will have to make it clearer by placing something. While I was smoking a pipe, my dog sat with me. So you have to mention it clearly that I was smoking and not my dog was smoking. So English in this case takes you on a hilarious note. Avoid this kind of embarrassment. Now, to be on a serious side, it's very important to remove certain errors while we introduce ourselves, especially when we are sitting in front of a recruiter. I have seen a lot of people say myself so and so. They speak myself और उसके बाद वो अपना नाम बोलते. जब आप हिंदी में नहीं कहते मैं स्वयं ये हूँ, अपने नाम से पहले आप स्वयं वर्ड नहीं लगाते, तो आप इंग्लिश में क्यों लगाते हैं? Myself is a reflexive pronoun which does not fit in this category. It is always suggested to say hello, I am Dr. Neha Purohit, my name is Dr. Neha Purohit, and not myself, Dr. Neha Purohit. That is wrong. Please do not repeat this mistake ever again. बहुत सारे लोगों ने अपनी jobs को इसलिए खो दिया because they were not conscious. They did not even know how to introduce themselves. Then people say, I belong from Jodhpur, I belong from Kota, I belong from Delhi, I belong from Nainital. So from nahi hota, it's always you belong to a place. I belong to and not I belong from. The thing next is talking about percentage and score. Whenever we ask especially students to introduce themselves, they say my 12th percentage was that, my 10th percentage was that, and then the entire introduction is restricted to percentage and score. क्या आप सिर्फ percentage and score को ही अपनी पहचान मानते हैं? If I ask you, please introduce yourself. I want to know more about you. I am seriously not interested कि आपको कितनी percentage मिली. Because you are not a bundle of scores and percentages. Number game के फेर से बाहर निकलिए, अपने बारे में बताइए. What do you like? What do you dislike? And not percentage and score. I seriously do not even remember what was my percentage, exact percentage in 10th class or 12th class. Because it has its value, I'm not denying it, but not everywhere. Then, speaking a cramped script, a lot of times when people say, introduce yourself, they write a script and then they speak it. So while they are trying to recall, their eyes move up, and when the eyes move up, it clearly reflects that you're trying to recall something. आप एक रटी रटाई स्पीच को बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, which is easily visible. Please do not cram. Please do not learn things by heart. Be very natural. अपने बारे में बताइए naturally. And not focusing on body language and gestures. अगर बोलते समय आपका हाथ हिल रहा है, आपकी legs shake कर रहे हैं, or you are doing giving me certain expressions which are awkward, not smiling, not looking into my eyes. जब भी आप सामने वाले से बात करें, try to give maximum look, direct look. घूरना नहीं है, but इधर उधर भी नहीं देखना. Your eyes tell a lot about you. आप कितने खुश हैं, कितने दुखी हैं, कितने कॉन्फिडेंट हैं, ये सारी चीज़ें आपके एक्सप्रेशन से पता चलती है. हैव अ स्माइल. दूसरे की आंखों में देख के बोलिए, बिकॉज आप अपने बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, किसी और के बारे में नहीं. सो यू हैव टू बी द हैप्पीएस्ट पर्सन टू टॉक अबाउट यू. सो प्लीज कीप दीज थिंग्स इन माइंड, बिकॉज they will all make you a good professional. So with this, I'll sign off for now. See you soon. Thank you so much.